Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators Today we have a special guest.
Oh, Xanthi, that's my cue.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I
Of
appreciate it.
course, of course. So I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning kind of, charts our trajectory of like where we're going in life, like our
Amen.
bits that we pick up along the way. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like? And kind of how did you find your way into doing the things that you're doing now?
Yeah, so I grew up literally being on stage, also having a big Greek family. So
Nice.
being shy was like never a thing. Um, I grew up very, very, very close to my family and my traditions. But they were always supportive of like all my crazy things that I wanted to do. Like I said, I danced since I was 3, so I was always on stage. And then I got into modeling. And as traditional as my family is, they were always so supportive of like what I wanted to do and like where I wanted to go in life. And I was never normal. I was going around telling people my name is Pocahontas when I was like 7, 8 years old
I
because I
love
was,
it.
listen, the real world isn't real. We make our own real world. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that.
I was always a little delulu, but the fun kind. And then the circle just kind of, came into play during COVID. Like I was so obsessed with the show.
Great
And
show.
yeah, great show. Like especially, like when you're home alone, you just want to sit there and like watch something good and like binge your brain
Yes.
away. But I was going through a breakup. My dad had stage 4 cancer.
Oh, I'm
And I,
sorry.
oh, thank you very much. That was my pride and joy.
Mm.
But I just needed like a break from like all the chaos and all the darkness and all like just the hard stuff life is sometimes. And I applied for the circle, and 2 weeks later, my booty was
Nice.
in London. So it happened all super, super quick.
Wow, that's amazing. What is that process like? You do like you just have to fill out the you have auditions? Like, is there like what's that like?
Yeah, so people kind of did it their own ways, like after talking to some of my cast members from the circle. So you basically have an audition tape and they
Okay.
give you like a few questions and then you answer it. Some people went around their hometown, some people, did this whole shebangs. And I just was like, just literally had just broken up with my boyfriend,
Oh,
crying.
moly.
Like I cannot tell you, like when I'm saying I'm not kidding. Like I was at my boyfriend's, we broke up, came back home, cried, and was like, you know what? I'm applying for a show. Put on a shirt, and I was like, half my face was like still from crying, but I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna talk. So I just sat here like how we are right now, having
Yeah.
a conversation while answering the questions. And apparently they just loved me or whatever. Then I got onto the circle.
Oh, whatever. I
Oh, but
love that. I love
it's
that.
my little alter ego. Everyone's like, you don't really talk like that, do you? And I was like, I don't, but I do.
But I do, right, exactly. I love that. I think it's good to have a nice little alter ego. Even like, so would you say that on the show that you use it, your alter ego? Does it come out?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a thing that progressed during the past 2 years. Just like being in Boston, and me and my one of my friends, we have this little like thing that we do where like when we want to like accentuate something or really like show off what we're saying, like we'll always add the little accent. So it's become part of like my little personality. It's like I love it, whatever. It's cute. And it makes people know I'm serious.
Wait, what's your sign?
Oh, I'm an Aquarius. What are
Interesting.
you?
What do you think?
I'm getting Gemini.
Interesting. Never had that before.
Really? Okay, maybe because some of my best friends are Geminis and you seem very like calm. Or I kind of
Crazy.
get it's like weird. I'm getting kind of Aries or Leo too.
Yes, I am a Aries. You
Oh,
feel like I'm a Leo too?
period.
Period.
Maybe I just wanted to say Gemini because all my besties are Geminis, but that's okay too.
And all Aries and Leos are your boyfriends.
Oh my God, no, I've been horrible and dated Scorpio men. Don't do it. I don't recommend it.
Leos.
I don't recommend the Scorpio men.
I've never had a Scorpio. That's cool though. That's cool. So has it always been, have you always wanted to be in this industry like of, I guess would you call this reality TV?
Yeah, like So going into the reality TV world was definitely something I never expected, but
Okay.
I did go to college and have my degree in broadcast journalism. So I always knew that I wanted to be in front of the camera.
Yeah,
And then reality TV was just a great segue to get into this industry of entertainment and see where it takes me because the possibilities are just endless, honestly. You could do whatever you want in this industry, and that's the fun part. That's what I really enjoy.
I love that. Do you want to transition into, I don't know, maybe acting in films and stuff?
Yeah, so that's my mom's dream for me is to be like this new Hollywood actress.
She's like,
And although,
darling, I want you to be on film and
oh, right, she's like, I couldn't do it, but you will. So it's like I would love to do that, but I think right now, my main focus is definitely getting into hosting,
okay.
hosting events, hosting TV shows. That's really like the end goal for me. I love to entertain and be a good host in general. I'm Greek, it's in my blood.
You're great, baby.
No, period. So I'm just kind of like, why not just do things that like ever since my dad died, especially, I'm super big on doing what you love to do. And I know it's corny or whatever, but my dad passed away literally a week after I got back from the circle. So it really woke me up. Like life
Yeah.
is so short and you're actually not promised tomorrow. So I refuse to do anything in life that one, I don't really want to do, and two, I'm not happy with. Like
Right.
it's not happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, you
I
gotta,
love that though. I
yeah.
love that. I think that's what it's about, right? Because like if you're not doing what you love to do, then what are you doing?
Yeah, some people like to cruise through life and just, go about their day to day, like, oh, this makes me money, or oh, I'm comfortable here. Um, but again, like when you go through real life things and you really experience like actual hardships or like even huge celebrations, you just kind of either want to go the opposite way and never experience things like that again, or go the complete other way where it's like, no, I loved this thrill. Like, what can I do next and continue this happiness and this excitement in my life?
I love that. I love that. So if you could, or when you do transition into acting in film, what do you have a favorite genre?
Oh my
Would you
God.
like an action or a horror film?
Okay, first of all, I cannot do horror because I would be pissing my pants, excuse my language, while I'd be like, oh my God, I knew you were gonna scare me, but oh my
Right.
God. But like I'm so into, I have like a little spiritual side of me. So I would like
Okay.
to be on like, I don't know, something witchy, like Wednesday, or like
Mm.
even Pretty Little Liars because it's kind of
Yes.
drama but like mysterious.
Okay.
Love playing off like the majestic, magical vibes. Like even
I
what I
see.
watch on Netflix is like a whole new world, like Charmed. Like
Oh,
bring me in, let me be a witch or a vampire,
yeah.
whatever.
Vampire for sure. If
Yeah,
I did do acting, like I would love to do like a vampire role. I'm very fascinated with vampires. I don't know why, but it just
imagine I just grew fangs right now when you said that.
I'm like, hey.
No, but I think it's so fun.
Yeah,
Two, it's obviously hot.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
three, like I said, I'm very big on like just getting out of this world. So
yeah.
like I enjoy shows and movies that bring you into a new reality and get your mind
Yes.
wandering. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, it depends on people's beliefs, but like I truly think the power of the mind is so strong. And
So
um,
strong.
the more you talk it and speak it into existence and make those moves, you'd be so surprised to see like where you can go in life. It's
Oh, the possibilities are endless. I mean, I really do believe in like manifesting and mantras and words, like words and thoughts have power. Like, you're basically living what you want it to do and be right now.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's crazy to think because my parents were both, we say in Greek chorio, the chorio, so like the villages. So like it's just so crazy to think that like both my immigrant parents came to the States, just the two of them. And my brother, he's a state trooper and
Aw.
he was a state trooper at like 24. Who
Wow.
could say that? And I now am this Netflix reality TV personality.
Yes.
So it's, right. Like at the end of the day, like I made my parents proud and like I know I have the best guardian angel looking over me right now and I know he's proud. So at the end of the day, no one could tell me nothing,
Period.
No one could tell me nothing.
Has it have have
You're so
have
cute.
you
You're like, let me
have you
not laugh. It's okay. We can laugh.
No, you're so funny. Have you ever like has there been moments in the journey where you wasn't so sure about and And then like what do you do to kind of get back into like, you know, because not every day is amazing. Not every day
Of
is you're on the
course.
mountaintop, but what do you do to like kind of get back on that balance?
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of people assume that when you're in the let's say the limelight or you're in this TV industry that you're constantly on go. And
Yeah.
although that's the case,
Mhm.
you make yourself that lifestyle pattern. You know, like you are the one that like dictates your life and your schedule. So for me, of course, you know, after the circle, things were a little bit quiet and you know, it kind of puts you in a headspace like, oh my God, should I do something else? Like, you
Mhm.
know, that basically, let's be real, like your 15 minutes are over. Like, what are you going to do now? And I think also my dad passed away after the circle. Well, right before it aired. So for me, I was in this very like space where it's like, okay, what do I actually want to do with my life? I need something to keep me busy, et cetera, and et cetera. But then Perfect Match came, and obviously it's been almost 3 years since my dad died. So I'm out of the space where, you know, because when someone passes away so close to you, you're kind of in a space where it's like that's all you think about, and
Yeah.
you put them in all your situations and your scenarios. So now I'm at the point where like I know he's my guardian angel, and I'm actually so like proud and like surprised with myself because your girl is booked and busy and I just make sure
Yes.
that I'm always doing something like whether it's creating content or traveling or going to do fun things with my family like that I can't do as often as I did before, then I'm in it and that's what I'm going to do. So when days are tough, I just try to think of things that make me feel happy, and luckily I do social media for a living at the moment,
Oh yeah.
so
What
I can
kind of stuff on
incorporate.
social media do you do?
Yeah, you could. I'm sorry.
What kind of things on social media do you do like as far as like
Yeah, so I would say my page is really, really my lifestyle, but with who I am, like you're gonna get fashion, you'll get your beauty, you get
yes.
your travel little mini. I love my little mini vlogs. Follow me on TikTok.
I love it. Yeah, I gotta follow you.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
gotta
No, like the way I don't take myself serious is hilarious. Like, yes, I'm a pretty girl. Like, yes, I like to get dolled up, but like if you go on my TikTok, like you're lucky if I have eyebrows on, like you know, just like real. And I
I
think
love it.
yeah, I think a lot of my followers, like that's like one of the biggest compliments I get is like you're a quote unquote real person. And it's like, or a normal person. And it's like, of course, like I
Oh,
always said, like, whether I'm a millionaire or a billionaire, I'm still going on Fashion Nova and ordering my dress.
period.
I'm still going back home and going to all those house parties. Like your roots are what are you, you know, people tend to forget that. So I just stick to me on social media. Like you, what you see is what you get for the
Yeah.
most
Yeah. And I think a lot of times people don't do that. They feel like they have to be something in order
part.
to, you know what I mean? And I think
Definitely.
that being authentic, I think people like they understand that. They're like, okay, I'm gonna follow this person because I think I don't know, you don't I love to well, you know, there's that whole thing you have to post, you know, every other day, trying to, you know, you don't get trying to get the algorithm or whatever, right? But I think as
Right.
long as you know what, you know, you're true to you, you know, you're gonna get those followers, you're gonna grow. People are gonna
Yeah,
be
like I'm the thing for me is like even when I did Perfect Match, like the thing for me is always staying on brand. Like it took me a lot to grow my reputation and I would be crazy if I let someone ruin it. So even like on Perfect Match, like I didn't do the kissing challenge because I wouldn't do it in real life. I wouldn't sit there and date someone I don't want to date. So I'm not gonna do it in real life. And real life is also waking up with no makeup on, your hair is a freaking mess. And sometimes you want to show off like real life things that like real people do, like affordable products, affordable travel, like affordable clothes, like you know, you can't be selling the most luxurious aspects of your life to everyone because let's be real, it's just not relatable. So
right.
I like to share both aspects, you know.
Yeah.
People like it and some people would say, you know, it's too normal, but hey, I'm from Massachusetts and I'm a New England girly and we like to keep it real over here. So
I
it
love
is
it.
what it is.
I got a fun question. There's no wrong answer, but the
Uh-oh.
three rules of influence. She's like, uh-oh. Money, power, and respect. And if you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Okay, money, power, or respect. Let's see. I would say respect
Okay.
because that's a big thing for me in my life in general with everyone. Like, yes, let's be real, money makes the world go around. And yes, with money comes power. But I also think you can't make those two or have those two without people respecting you.
Hmm.
So no matter, you're going to come talk to me, you're going to say what you want about me, but one thing you're definitely going to do if you're in my presence is you're going to respect me as I will respect you, you know? So
Right.
I'd say respect. I think it's a big thing. And a lot of people lose that nowadays. Like they think people need to earn your respect when it's like there should be a certain level as human beings that you give people as for respect, you know?
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. If you, okay. I like that because it's funny. I usually get people usually say respect, which is a great answer. But I always think too, like, there's nothing wrong with money or power. I think
No.
people think it can be like, like a negative thing. Like if you have power, then that means you're it's gonna go to your head. It doesn't have to, right?
Right. No, it's true. But the thing is I think most people don't know how to handle all that money and
That's
power, which
true.
is why they go the safe route of respect, where I choose respect only because I know I'll be making money and I know I have power. So
Mm-hmm.
the most important, if I'm making money and no one respects me, then what's the point? Or if I have power and people aren't respecting the person in power, there's so many examples you can give these days that it's like, what's the point? But I think a lot of people can't handle the money and the power, which is why they're scared to, say that. But I've been around a lot of influential people and a lot of very wealthy people, just given what I do, but also the people who I hang around with. I always like to elevate myself. I never, want to be the best one in the room. And
Right.
I see the different sides. Like I see people who the power and the money gets to their head. And then I see people who I aspire to be that have all this money, have all this power, and have all this respect.
Yeah.
And when you're walking down the street, you would never know. That's a
You
flex.
Right, right, right. Yes, it is a flex. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I've been in some interesting rooms and you meet some people and you're just thinking like it's just a lot of, the industry has a lot of different people. I remember I got to meet gosh, Denzel and I felt like, man, this guy is so like cool. Like he's this person
Hey,
like that.
Denzel.
Oh, but then he's just like chill. He's just a person.
Yeah,
That's
because
back to what
you
you
got
said.
to. You have to ground yourself. Like,
Yeah.
there's people coming up to you. Oh my God, can we get a picture? Oh my God, it's you. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Which is so humbling every day for me. I'm like, oh my God, me. But it's like at the end of the day, like you got to ground yourself. And
Yeah,
like, I don't care how much money you have or who you are. Like at the end of the day, we wake up and we brush our teeth.
it's
We
true.
still got responsibilities. We
That's
all still run with blood. We all, have human things that we have in common. So it's like, what makes anyone so much different and special other than their talents and their dedication to what they want to do in life? People got to stay grounded. It's really important.
absolutely. How do you, like so I'm sure you get like work like jobs and audition things that come up to you, but like what makes you say yes to something and what makes you say no to something? Like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do this or I might.
Okay, so we'll go the easy route first. So it's easy to say yes when you can picture yourself in the job or when it's a product or an idea that you really, really love. That's always exciting and thrilling. So why not say yes?
Yeah.
I definitely say a low. Oh my God, I can't talk today. I usually say no. Actually, a few times I've recently said no because they just don't fit me and who I am and on brand. And like I would never want forget like the outside world because at the end of the day they're not to my every single they're not in my day-to-day processes,
Right.
but like I would never want my mom or my family or my best friends to look at my social media or look at TV and be like that is not you. So
Right.
I will never represent something on TV or on social media or anywhere I am in life if I don't stand by it and I don't represent it or feel like it's together with myself. So
Love that.
yeah, like if it's not me, I'm not doing it. Like I get so many requests and so many offers on doing oh what's the proper way to say it right now? Um how do I even say it? Like I get so many like on oh my God, like sexual toys.
Really?
A lot. And
Huh.
like, yes, it's normal. Like, yes, it's a thing, but it's also like, I'm very private when it
Me
comes
too.
to like the date, don't laugh at me, the dating or like, who you're with and how you doing things or
Yes.
whatever. So
Yes.
like my mom's watching that. Like
Right.
like I wouldn't sit there and make out with someone in front of my mom. So I'm not gonna
No,
show
same.
like what if I were to use something or what absolutely not. So
Your
I
mom's like, oh my God.
so like imagine like, and then you use this. Like, no, I couldn't do it. So like certain things that totally aren't my brand, even though
Yeah.
normal people and everyone freaking does it or uses it. If I
Yeah.
don't put that out there, that means it's not your business, it's
I
mine.
feel that. I feel like there's it's very interesting to say that because I feel like being a reality TV and in that world, I would think that, that's a part of the brand is you're putting all this stuff out there. People want to know what you're doing and this,
Right.
personality. But I think there's something to that, like having just keeping the mystery. Like I'm the same way. I feel like you don't want to share the real personal stuff that like the real you with
Yeah.
everybody because then you're open and super vulnerable and I think a lot of people can get hurt that way when they're just putting their full self out there like I think it was Oprah and Beyonce some interview they did like some years ago. Beyonce got married to Jay-Z like in secret and Oprah was like, good job, you pulled it off. And she said, well, I took your advice because you said that you're Oprah, but you're also this other part of you is just like your relationship is not social media's business.
Yeah. And also, like, you don't want to put, I don't really typically, not that I wouldn't, but I typically don't date men in the limelight or who are on social media and whatever. So, like, I wouldn't want to put them in a weird position too, where
Yeah.
people have something to say or they talk about our opinions and then people get into their head because me, I know how to handle that. It goes like this. Oh,
Right.
brush off the shoulder.
There you
So
go.
for me it's fine, but for my loved ones, like nobody, none of my best friends, none of my family members, like nobody does social media, nobody's in the limelight. So I want to protect that peace, and when I do that, it brings us more peace and
Yeah,
it keeps our happiness. And if something does go wrong or upside down, it's our doing, not the world or social media or like whoever's out there, it's important to keep little pieces of you to yourself. Like that's literally the some things that you can keep to yourself when you're in the limelight.
I love that. Are you working on anything at the moment that that you'd like to share with the listeners? You have anything coming up that we should watch out for?
I'm always working on something, but if you continue to follow my socials, when I can talk about them, then yeah, definitely you'll find out first on social media. But I'm very big on like, keeping things to myself until they happen because the
Yes.
haters in the look, I'm strapped up always with my little eagle eyes, my cross, another one's right here.
Yes, the
We got them
cross.
tatted.
Amen. Hey.
Period, so like I always keep things close to my chest, and then when
Yeah.
I can share it, it's game over. There's no secrets. Like let's cross
That's
that.
out, baby.
Period, But even that's something you keep to yourself too. Like,
Yes.
even me telling you like my goals, like I'd love to be a television host. I'd love even that's a little like scary because so many opinions can form from that. But
True.
there's balance to it. Like you give them maybe 60%, you keep 40% to yourself.
Yes.
That's the key.
Yes. And I like what you said about, certain jobs too. Like I don't ever announce like on social media I got something unless I know like the contract
It's
signed.
there.
You know what I mean? We're like doing the thing and or we filmed it already. Yeah, because there's been times when I was very green, I got into film. I was like, I would announce things if things doesn't, I did these things for Fox and got to like I was gonna do this television show, we're gonna direct this television show, like that was kind of based off Snowpiercer. And it was
Period, girl.
like,
Say
thank you.
that so casual. Okay. Woman
Oh,
co-producer.
and we were doing the thing, the interview, and everything's going great. And then I don't know, it just didn't happen. And then I was like, I cannot announce things anymore. It's like I gotta
Because you
go
never
on social
know.
media.
You never know. And like the universe is powerful and like your words are powerful, but so are other people's.
Yeah,
So you always want to keep it to yourself.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
embarrassing. You post something because it's happened to me so many times too. You post like I'm on my way to the event, and then something hits me and I get the itis, and I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm not on the way to the event. I gotta delete that post. Click, like life happens too. So I get it. Like you gotta wait until it's the right time, and
For
people gotta
sure.
understand that.
For sure. You ever done stand-up before?
No, never. Why you think I'm funny?
Yes, I think you're naturally funny. I think you could actually do it.
You're
I
so
think I
cute.
think you could
No, but
actually.
the thing is like when it comes to like, oh my God, you think I'm funny. When it comes to like being funny, I feel like someone like told me a joke. I'd be like, your mom. Like I wouldn't know what to say. Like I'd be like, ah. But like when we're in conversation, like one-on-ones, I
Yeah.
thrive. Like
Yeah,
when we're
right.
when we're in like group chats or in big groups of people, like I'm definitely like one of the ones that are a little louder, but I also kind of like take a step back because I like to observe everyone, but
Yes.
and like see what everyone else is about. But when it's one-on-ones, I thrive.
Yeah, same. Okay, what advice would you give to somebody out there that wants to get into reality TV? What would you tell them?
I would say really think about it
Yeah.
because your life changes once that show drops. For the most part, your life changes immediately. So
Mm.
if you're going to get into it, make sure you know who you are. You always stick to your boundaries and your self-respect and don't do nothing for the cameras because the real world is outside. And once you get outside, those cameras aren't going to protect you anymore. So
Mm.
just keep an open mind, stay grounded, and keep your thinking cap on.
I love that. I love that. Stay grounded. What do you think have you always been that kind of person, has been grounded? And where do you think that comes from for you?
I would say I'm 28 now.
Oh
So
my gosh, you're a baby.
oh, thank you. I thought you were gonna tell me you look young. I was like, don't tell me that like I'm old.
No, no, you do look
Thank you.
younger. I was like, wow, okay, 28.
Thank
No,
you.
that's
Yeah, I'm
a good
28
age.
now. So when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, that's when I had like my party side, my exciting side, my let's do it, whatever, whatever. And really, truly, after my dad died, it was just he impacted so many things in my life, especially after he passed away. Like that was my dude. It's so hard to talk about him sometimes, but that really showed me that although you should be dreaming and going out and doing all these things, you still have to be like realistic and like take things for what they are. Like I remember my dad always told me, and this stuck to me, like even till this day. I even told my friend yesterday when we were having a conversation, he was like, when people say something to you, listen. Like
Mm,
if they're telling you who and what they are, listen to that. Don't think you can change people. Don't think you can change your
yes.
ideas. Like you have to listen. So that really I really take that with me. So like when I do my shows or when I get casted for a job or I go in a meeting or I'm just having conversation with someone or I'm dating someone, I'm always sitting there like really listening to what they say because they people mean it. You know, if someone says, I don't want to be in a relationship right now, like, honey, in 3 months, you're not changing his mind. You know, you just gotta listen to it. So, and
Right.
take things for what they are. So I think my dad passing away just
Mhm.
matured me very quickly, especially I was his caregiver for 2 years full time with my mother, even though my whole family, contributed. But me
Yeah.
and my mom really took on that full-time role. So
Wow.
just I did things for my father that 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds should never even see or do, but I would do it every single day all over again. But
Mm.
it really just morphed me into this, I don't know, I'm gonna say it because I'm really proud. This very like well-rounded,
Good.
grounded, I know who I am, I know what I want type of person. And yeah, he does his wonders up there. He does his wonders up there. So,
I'm sure he's very proud of you.
oh, I know. He gave me a little kiss on the forehead in the car the other day, but that's a whole other
Oh,
thing.
I love that. I
I'm
love
very connected and spiritual with my father. So,
great. That's wonderful. What do you, okay, so it's kind of a deep question, but when you get to the end of your life, everything you've done, and you get to the pearly gates and you meet God, what do you want God to say about you and everything you've done on earth?
oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. Honestly, like people I don't think really like truly understand or feel me when I say this, but like I just want them to tell me that I was, oh, you're gonna make me emotional. Just a great daughter, a great sister, and I have a nephew right now, and that was just the best. He calls me Ia, so the best Ia. Like I live and breathe for my family, so
Yeah.
literally. So as long as God tells me I was a good little daughter and a good sister and aunt, like I'll be so happy in life. Like
And you're
that's all
doing
that matters.
amazing. You're doing
I'm
amazing.
like, don't make me cry.
Oh, I love that. No, it's beautiful, and you can see it and you can feel it. Your energy definitely perceives itself. It's beautiful, and it's really lovely and refreshing to hear someone in the reality TV world that is so grounded as yourself and that that cares about their image and what they put out. So, I don't really hear that much. I'm more so in the film world, and the film world is changing, slowly but surely.
Course, yeah.
But the reality, I never really knew anything much about the reality TV. So this is great and refreshing to hear.
Oh,
I
thank
gotta get
you. I
more into
appreciate
it.
it. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think like, your roots are really, they really, morph you into who you can be. And then you take that and put what you have in yourself, and then it creates you as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you for coming on. This was a pleasure. I mean, I can't believe 30 minutes go by so fast. It was a delight to talk to you.
Oh, you too. I really appreciate it. It was a good little wake up this morning.
It was a great wake up. Thank you again. And please come back anytime. And also, where can people find you on social media to find everything you got going on?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Xanthi Joanna, XantiJoanna.
Yay. Well, cool. Thank you again. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next
Amen.
time. Bye.
Bye.